So, with Amy Coney Barrett being put into the Supreme Court, replacing the deceased Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the Supreme Court is now a 6-3 conservative court. Now, with little to no fight from the Democrats, of course, she was put into the Supreme Court. And it seems like they are now baring their fangs and showing you what these next years will look like with this conservative court. So I have an article here from ABC News, and it's titled "High Court Blocks New York Virus Limits on Houses of Worship." So I'll read a bit of it for you. So with coronavirus cases surging again nationwide, the Supreme Court barred New York from enforcing certain limits on attendance at churches and synagogues in areas designated as hard hit by the virus. The justices split 5-4 late Wednesday night, with new Justice Amy Coney Barrett in the majority, and it was the conservatives' first publicly discernible vote as a justice. The court's 3 liberal justices and Chief Justice John Roberts dissented. The move was a shift for the court. Earlier this year, when Barrett's liberal predecessor, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, was still on the court, the justices divided 5-4 to leave in place pandemic-related capacity restrictions affecting churches in California and Nevada. The court's action Wednesday could push New York to reevaluate its restrictions on houses of worship in areas designated virus hotspots. But the impact is also muted because the Catholic and Orthodox Jewish groups that sued to challenge the restrictions are no longer subject to them. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, a Democrat, said Thursday the ruling was more illustrative of the Supreme Court than anything else, and irrelevant from any practical impact, given that the restrictions have already been removed. Why rule on a case that is moot and come up with a different decision than you did several months ago on the same issue? Cuomo asked in a conference with call reporters. You have a different court, and I think that statement was just the court. And I think that was the statement that the court was making. Sorry about that. So I'm bringing you this article not really to discuss the issue of them doing what they did here and reversing that decision that was made earlier, although it was a different decision. I'm really just trying to shed some light on what we're in for here. With Amy Coney Barrett being put on the Supreme Court, that makes the Supreme Court 6-3. You have Joe Biden, the president-elect, who seemingly has no interest. He's actually said that he doesn't want to pack the court. That means leaving the court 6-3 in favor of the conservatives. This could be a very, very dark time for America for the very near future and long after that. You know, he doesn't want to do term limits. He doesn't want to do anything to, make the court more in favor of the Democrats. So this is just one instance where majority rules, I guess. Majority rules, and her presence on the Supreme Court is shown here. This is just to show you the effects of a 6-3 conservative court. And just imagine, see, this issue is it's an issue, but compared to other issues, it could be looked at as like a non-issue. You know what I mean? Imagine if, this were, I don't know, Medicare for all or free college or something like that. This 6-3 conservative court could just challenge it, raising the minimum wage. They could just challenge it and say, no, it's unconstitutional. If you don't know about the Lochner era, go look it up, learn about it.